Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Friday evening and welcome to the weekend here in Lisbon tonight, where it's Region 1A boys basketball as the Wahpeton Huskies will tangle with the Lisbon Broncos here on yourliveevent.com. I'm Chase Miller, and thank you so much for tuning in to our broadcast here tonight of Region 1A boys basketball, where the Wahpeton Huskies at 8-4 on the season, 3-3 in Region 1, square off with the Lisbon Broncos, who stand at 7-5 on the season and 1-4 in Region 1 play here for the Lisbon Broncos. Wahpeton coming off of 3 straight wins here for the Huskies, including a win on a Friday last week against EDC opponent in the Grand Forks Central Knights 50-49, and also a win over crosstown rival on January the 20th at the border battle between Breckenridge and Wahpeton, with a 59-53 win over the Breckenridge Cowboys, as well as a win over the Valley City Highlanders. Their last 3 wins here for the Wahpeton Huskies. Wahpeton led offensively in the backcourt by Brandon Steffens, a 6-foot senior guard who has surpassed 1,000 career points, and also Jack Gilbertson, the 6'2 sophomore, at 17 points per contest here for the Wahpeton Huskies. While on the opposite side for the Lisbon Broncos, head coach is Jason Kunze. After winning 7 straight to begin the season, they've lost 5 straight, but their last 4 losses have been within 10 points or less. They've been in the games. It's just a matter about, as Coach Kunze said to us a little bit earlier, just putting a full quality 32-minute basketball game together across the floor here for the Lisbon Broncos. Lisbon led offensively by Cameron Cordero at 14 points per game, and Hayden Anger at 14 points per game as well here for Lisbon. Series history between these two clubs since the inception of the 3-division system. Wahpeton has swept Lisbon here in back-to-back regular season meetings, as Wahpeton a perfect 4-0 against the Lisbon Broncos since the 3-division system. The Huskies with wins last year 57-54 here at Lisbon, and a 20-point win 50-30 in Wahpeton in the 2 regular season matchups last season. It's the Wahpeton Huskies and the Lisbon Broncos. When we come back, we'll get to our Region 1 standings, your out-of-town scoreboard, other games that are going on tonight, and a reminder for wrestling fans, we'll have Day 2 of the East-West Classic out in New Salem tomorrow morning here on yourliveevent.com, and we'll have the Belle of the Brawl Girls Wrestling Tournament at 9:30 tomorrow morning here in coming up in Castleton as well, right here on your live event. But when we come back, take a look at your region standings and your out-of-town scoreboard, and we'll hear from the coaches of Jason Kunze, Jeff Ralph. That's all ahead of our starting lineup. And the opening tip tonight, it's Region 1A boys basketball here on yourliveevent.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Running a business is tough, but your accounting doesn't have to be. Let Olson Accounting check all the boxes. From taxes, payroll, business services, and professionalized financial guidance, all tailored to fit your requests. Whether you're a small business owner or just need help at tax time, trust Olson Accounting for professional, reliable service every time. Visit colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
As we continue here on the pregame show tonight in Lisbon, taking a look at your out-of-town scoreboard and games coming up tonight on yourliveevent.com. Simply subscribe to our YouTube channel or check out our website. That, again, is yourliveevent.com. Region 1 girls basketball getting underway up in Hunter. It's Northern Cass, and alongside the Kindred Vikings late in the first quarter play. The Kindred Vikings with the advantage, 24-8 in girls basketball over Northern Cass. Oak Grove and Central Cass in boys basketball, that'll tip about the same time as this one will tip off here in Lisbon between the Grovers and the Central Cass Squirrels. And then you have Four Winds Minnewacan going up against the Thompson Tommies in boys hoops tonight. That game just getting underway in Thompson for some area basketball coverage. Region 1 standings, the Central Cass Squirrels at 4-0 in region play. Following that, you have the Kindred Vikings at 4-1 with Oak Grove at 4-1 as well. Wahpeton is right in the middle, sandwiched fourth out of 7 teams at 3-3 in the region. Northern Cass at 2-3 with Lisbon 1-4 and Valley City 0-6 in Region 1 play. So a win tonight for Wahpeton would get them to 4-3 and be a game and a half over Northern Cass in the region standings. While win for Lisbon here tonight, they would be just a half game behind Wahpeton in the region standings here and be right on the heels of the Huskies, trying to see if they can get into the top half of the region. Out-of-town scoreboard again is Central Cass at Oak Grove, the only other Region 1 matchup here tonight. On Monday, you have Northern Cass at Oak Grove. We'll have that for you right here on yourliveevent.com for boys basketball. Also on YLE will be Valley City at Lisbon, and Central Cass makes its way down to Wahpeton. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from the coaches. First up, Jeff Ralph here for the Wahpeton Huskies. Then we'll hear from Jason Kunze of the Lisbon Broncos. That and more still to come. Head of our story lineups. We'll get to our coaches conversation next here in Lisbon.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon is the premier building supply headquarters in southeastern North Dakota. They have it from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell. With their large inventory and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. That's rbclisbon.com. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Stock Growers Bank is proud to celebrate 125 years of service, and they built a legacy of trust and commitment to the local communities. Loan Officer Wyatt Smith can help achieve your goals and grow your business with confidence. Here's Zach Maralt on his experience.
We tried a few different lenders before purchasing our building, and we eventually ended up going to see Wyatt, who I already personally knew anyways. He made the purchasing process easy. We pretty much had an answer that day, pushed all our accounts there, and it's a great experience.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
As we continue on the pregame show here today from Lisbon, it is Region 1A boys basketball to bring you into the weekend, the final weekend here of January. Joining us from the Wahpeton Huskies perspective is their head coach, that's Jeff Ralph, as they tangle with the Lisbon Broncos here. And Jeff, what have you liked about your team? You played Breckenridge, you played Grand Forks Central as of late as well, the Valley City Highlanders. Just what have you liked about your team here closing out the month of January as you get back into Region 1 play?
I really like how we're guarding. I mean, we're getting after people defensively, and we've had some nights we haven't shot it well, and we feel like maybe cost us a couple games where we didn't make free throws, didn't make some shots, but when I look back defensively, we've been really good. Held Central to 49 the other. We only scored 50, but held them to 49, and had a couple teams in the 50s. So that, I mean, if you can do that, and we feel like we can be a pretty good team by the end of the year.
You look at your opponent here tonight with the Lisbon Broncos. I know some folks will talk about Anger, some folks will talk about Cordero. Just what makes them a challenge from your perspective coming into this building here tonight, Jeff?
Well, Anger's a problem. You know, he just steps out and hits a three, and then he's really good around the basket. I think 28 against Central Cass a couple weeks ago, and probably 16, 18 right around the hoop, and then you throw those threes in, makes him a hard kid to guard. And then rebounding-wise, he's 6'6", and I was thinking, where the heck this kid come from? But he was injured, but he's a problem. And then Cameron Cordero, just off the dribble, is explosive, and you got to make sure you keep him out of the middle. And a kid who can pull up and shoot a three too. So we got those two guys are a focus, but they got a couple other guys. Owen Gilbert's a nice shooter, good rebounder, finisher around the basket, and I mean, I think he puts out, 5 or 6 pretty good players. It's a matter of, hopefully we can use a little bit of our depth, maybe cause some trouble for them.
Take a look at your squad again. Jeff Ralph, head coach for the Wahpeton Huskies, join us here. Senior and Braden Steffens is averaging 17 points per game, and another guy at 17 points per game in Jack Gilbertson as well. Just kind of what have you seen from that combination offensively and defensively so far this season for you, Jeff?
Well, I tell you what, those two, they're pretty good. They work their butts off. I mean, they were working in practice and working against each other, and it's kind of fun to see their competition that way. They get on the floor, though, they're about the team, and I think both really present the same issues: are good three-point shooters, good getting to the rim, good defenders. But I think it's a matter for us of, okay, we kind of know what we're going to get from those two guys, but who's the next guy? Alex has had some good games for us. Trayton King had a couple of big games for us. And we're starting to get some guys off the bench to do a little more. Bonchus is playing now and scoring a little more for us. So I think that's really our question: is who's next for us? Who's the next guy to do some scoring for us, take some pressure off those guys when everybody's focused on them.
Final thing that I asked for you, Jeff, with a month and change left before you get to the regional tournament at the Shack, what's a trait or characteristic or something you want to see from your team before you get to postseason basketball with a lot of still valuable games like tonight here in region play still left on your schedule?
Well, my biggest concern right now is rebounding-wise. I mean, we just haven't – we stand sometimes, and we got to go hit guys and rebound, and that's going to be a focus for us tonight with their size inside. If we start doing that better, I think we play pretty good D. But our rebounding has been a question, so I hope we keep doing that.
Jeff, thanks so much for your time. Good to see you, and best of luck here tonight.
Thanks, Chase.
And again, Jeff Ralph, head coach for the Wahpeton Huskies. Will continue with more after this from Lisbon.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customers satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
While medicine's greatest advancements look like the latest sci-fi, one of our most powerful tools is far more simple, more human. It's a calling to connect with purpose. That's how we're evolving healthcare, by treating people, not just patients, with innovations that amplify healing and lead to more personalized care, guided by the belief we all hold the power to heal.
What's going on today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassi Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve, so we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
As we continue on the pregame show here today, it's Region 1A boys basketball with the Lisbon Broncos and the Wahpeton Huskies here to close out the month of January. Joining us from the Lisbon perspective is their head coach. That's Jason Kunze here. And Jason, you've been in some really tight basketball affair games here the last couple of weeks in Region 1 play. Just what do you want to see from your team, so to speak, to climb over that hill and pick up a Region 1 win against another team that's going to be a very quality opponent tonight here in the Wahpeton Huskies?
Yeah, every night you match up in the region, it's going to be a dogfight, and we've kind of had those. And overtime against Castleton, close game, tight game Northern Cass, and then this week we played Oak Grove to a nail biter too. So we're right there. We just got to hopefully kick the door down tonight and get one from the Huskies.
You take a look at the Wahpeton Huskies. A lot of folks will talk about Braden Steffens, and rightfully so, how much varsity experience he's had. So where do you start defensively in terms of trying to disrupt the flow from the Huskies here tonight, Jason?
I think the biggest thing with both him and Jack is figuring out ways to limit their opportunities. Jack does a great job of getting to the basket, creating himself and one opportunities, and we focused on that this last couple of days. So, and we're well aware of what they both bring, and Braden's been doing it a long time. So, respect to him, and he can do pretty much wherever he wants when he wants. So, hopefully, we'll have the right mix and match up with everybody tonight. So.
What do you want to continue to see from Hayden Anger, just whether it's on the offensive side of the floor, rebounding defensively, just what do you want to see from him continuing as we hit this stretch run here of a little over a month to go before we get to that region tournament?
Yeah, Hayden, he's come alive here since the first of the year and playing these region games, and I really like how his inside game is starting to develop, and he's getting inside scoring for us. He's averaging about 12 points a game inside, so I like to see that to continue, and his three-point shooting is just a luxury to have with him. He's a double-double machine, and hopefully he can continue that tonight.
Jason Kunze, head coach of the Lisbon Broncos, joining us here on the pregame show. Jason, you get to this time of the season, you and I were just kind of joking. It's February frenzy, as I like to call it, with prep sports. There's a lot of tournaments. Your tournament doesn't get going until March, but obviously you can start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel of the regular season here. So what's one area or what's one thing you're preaching to the guys as you now kind of turn the calendar over to February and know that you have less practices and less games before you get to that region tournament?
Yeah, now starting Monday, we get the second half of the region schedule. We get to play everybody again, and hopefully with the things that we've learned from the opponents we've played and the work we've put in the gym, when we get that opportunity to make ourselves better, hopefully it comes out in a little better fashion than it has so far these last couple weeks. So,
hey, Jason, thanks so much for your time and best of luck here tonight.
Thank you.
That again, Coach Jason Kunze with us here for the Broncos. We'll continue with more after this here in Lisbon.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
That does it for our pregame show after our coaches' conversations there for both Jeff Ralph and alongside Jason Kunze here. The Wahpeton Huskies averaging 60 points per game defensively, giving up 58 points per clip, while for the Lisbon Broncos averaging 53 points per game defensively, giving up 49 points per contest here for the Lisbon Broncos. Wahpeton up next hosting Central Cass on Monday, while for the Lisbon Broncos up next hosting the Valley City Highlanders here in Lisbon on Monday. We'll have that for you right here on yourliveevent.com. A reminder, tomorrow for our coverage on YLE, we will have the East-West Day 2 Classic in New Salem and the Bell of the Brawl coming up in Castleton at 9:30. Starting lineups and the opening tip is next between the Huskies and the Broncos.
When you choose Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance Gullis & Olson Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners, farm and ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let Lance, Shelby, and the staff at Gullis & Olson Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon for Farmers Union Insurance Gullis & Olson Agency.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour, July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
Hey Lisbon, it's time to rally behind our favorite team. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are sending all our best wishes to the Broncos as they hit the court and field this season. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are proud to support our teams and community. Let's show our Broncos that we're with them every step of the way. Go Broncos! Your dedication and spirit makes us all proud. From all of us at the Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters, we're cheering for you.
As we get you ready here for the starting lineups for the Wahpeton Huskies. The Wahpeton Huskies head coach again is Jeff Ralph. We're going to have a nice surprise to start with you in the starting lineups for a couple of seniors for both teams as well. We'll get to that after the conclusion of the starting lineups a little bit here, as the Huskies will go like this. Aiden Bonchus, a 6'2 junior forward, with Braden Steffens, a 6' senior. Jack Gilbertson, a 6'2 sophomore guard, with Alex Cummings, a 6'5 senior forward. And in the starting lineup, another senior in Landon Ralph, as Landon Ralph will be in the starting lineup here tonight for the Wahpeton Huskies. He's part A of the story to begin with. We'll get to part B of the story here in the starting lineups now for the Lisbon Broncos, as the Lisbon Broncos will roll like this for their starting five here tonight in Lisbon. The 5'9 senior guard in the backcourt is Cameron Cordero for Lisbon, as Cordero again a 5'9 senior. Also, you have Jordan Bittner. Bittner here going to be the first player introduced, as Jordan Bittner also with a season-ending injury back in the fall, unable to play basketball here this season, but in the starting lineup. So Bittner with Cordero, Kobe Mouse with Owen Gilbert, and Hayden Anger here for the Lisbon Broncos. A cool part of this contest, both Jordan Bittner and Landon Ralph will be in the starting lineups. They'll both get honored one time here, and then from there we'll get a timeout on the floor and get into the game. Our officials here tonight of Tommy Bergen, Jake Schlecht, and doing the honors, Mr. Mark Ukestead here in the center circle coming up for our opening tip-off. So tip of the cap to Landon Ralph, who's going to be making his way to Valley City State University for collegiate football, talking with his dad and the head coach, Jeff Ralph, earlier tonight, and just kind of how he's been able to navigate through the injury. And similar when it comes to Jordan Bittner, with his dad being the assistant coach, Brad Bittner, and the varsity coach on the baseball team as well. So the opening tip for Mark Ukestead here coming up at 7:47. And we'll see this go make its way to Wahpeton. Wahpeton will bring it in the front court. They will give a free layup here to Landon Ralph, as Landon Ralph will get recognized here for the Wahpeton Huskies and able to put 2 points on the board here for Landon. and the Lisbon Broncos will do the same thing and get one round of applause here for Jordan Bittner. A quality tip of the cap for both Jeff Ralph and Jason Kunze, their respective coaching staffs here, and for both of these players one more time, able to don the colors of their respective school and teams. As you see Landon Ralph coming out, getting a nice handshakes, couple of hugs from his teammates, and the same for Jordan Bittner, getting a couple of handshakes. And you can see the tears right now with his dad on the floor with Mr. Brad Bittner here, the JV coach, able to be honored one more time and get the 2 points as well for Jordan Bittner. So congratulations one more time, the tip of the cap on one heck of a season, and how prep sports can be great but also cruel with those injuries here in the fall during the football season for both Landon Ralph and Jordan Bittner. But again, a really cool storyline here to begin this game for these two teams, to get them back in a uniform one more time of purple and then the other one of white. And we get back to the business at hand here on YourLiveEvent.com. So for the Wahpeton Huskies, they will see this one now to Braden Steffens, as Steffens brings the ball up the floor with Cordero on the guard of the man pressure defense. Ball works its way left-handed side, attacking the paint. There's going to be a block shot. Good block on the way as the Broncos will work with it now to Sully Kelson. Right-handed side to Cordero. Cordero at the right baseline, going to weave his way down, and this one gets tapped out of bounds, and it will be with the basketball on the attempt here for Lisbon. Lisbon in their home whites, red numerals outlined in gold with gold Broncos across the front in silver, as Lisbon will see this one left-handed side to Cordero. Cordero able to zip it past to Mouse here, as Colby looks for his teammate with 15 on the shot clock, able to reverse pivot right-handed side. This will go to Owen Gilbert. Gilbert baseline now to Cordero. Cordero will see this one left-handed side. Left wing three is up, and this one will go long. Rebound comes down to Aiden Bonchis. Bonchis working with the near side as the Huskies in their purple attire with the white numerals and lettering outlined in gold of Wahpeton across the front. As you'll see it now with Steffens. Steffens getting guarded by Cordero. Right-handed scoop to the paint. Can't get it to go. Rebound won by Hayden Anger. Anger averaging 14 points and 9 rebounds per contest for the Broncos. Sully Kelson, spin move on the inside, but a block shot by Cummings as Alex gives way now to Steffens. Steffens probing in the front court, leaving it right-handed side. This one goes to Bonchis. Back now to Steffens near side with 25 seconds on the shot clock. Left wing, Trey King. Trey will see this one here back to the right side to Cummings. Cummings will leave it back to the backcourt now to Gilbertson, the 6'2 sophomore. A little spin move, turnaround jumper from 13, grazes the front iron, and Sully Kelson gets the loose ball, his first board of the game. Broncos want to get out and run in transition. Lisbon near side with the pass. This one goes to the hands of Anger. He gets the ball back in a reach and foul here on Wahpeton. King will pick up the foul, his first and the team's first here, as we'll see this one on the near sideline as the Lisbon Broncos will inbound it, as they will handle it now with Cordero. As Cordero will see this one in the front court, guarded by Gilbertson, leaves it left and inside to Sully Kelson. Kelson back up top, able to reverse it now to Cordero. A little flex cut on the inside by Anger, able to see it now to Mouse, left of the key. Three is up and in. Kobe Mouse with the triple, and it's the first three-pointer of the night that goes to the Lisbon Broncos on the Bank North scoreboard. Steffens up the far side. Steffens will see this one now to Bonchis. Bonchis near wing will give it to King. King able to spin, tough shot, and there's going to be a foul. Hand and Anger with the foul, his first, team's first, and free throws upcoming for the Wahpeton Huskies. As Wahpeton to the free throw line will be King, a 61.5% free throw shooter on the season here for Wahpeton. First free throw attempt of the night will go off the iron, and the second one upcoming. Lisbon, 5 straight losses, but 4 of those losses have been within single digits to 10 points. They've been right with their respective teams, and they played quality competition. For the Wahpeton Huskies coming in tonight, winners of 3 straight with wins over Valley City, Breckenridge, and Grand Forks Central of the Division AA ranks. An old EDC foe for the Huskies. Kelson's pass gets past Cordero and eventually thrown out of bounds, as Cordero thought Gilbert was a little bit closer. Turnover after King went 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Sneaky game here in the region standings for Wahpeton. This is their 7th region game. Lisbon their 6th. As Steffens to the paint, attacks the window. Finger roll, layup up and in. Steffens able to finish with 2 points. And their game with Northern Cass earlier this year counted as 2 wins or 2 losses for Wahpeton. So they'll have 11 actual region games, but 12 that'll be assessed for in terms of the points as the Broncos have their second turnover. So the Huskies will see this with Steffens. Looking for a teammate, finds one here, right-hand side to Bonchis. Bonchis on the interior, gives it back to Braden. He'll rise, he'll shoot, and the three-pointer is short. Rebound to Anger. That'll be his second. Anger up the far side for Cordero. 3.5 minutes into this game on the Bank North scoreboard. It's the Lisbon Broncos and the Wahpeton Huskies here, tied at 5 apiece. Cordero to the right wing. We'll see this one now to Mouse, able to reverse it to Gilbert. Back up top to Anger. Mouse will see this one out to Cordero. Cordero, a little cradle rock to the paint. Right-handed scoop shot long. Rebound comes down to Bonchis, his second. Bonchis wants to fly in transition. Bonchis will leave it now to King. King to the paint. Left-handed layup, no. Rebound gets tipped out of bounds, and it will be Bronco basketball after his tip by Alex Cummings. Cooper Kumo, the 6-foot sophomore guard, will check in. Also, Rylan Flack, the 6'3 junior forward here for the Huskies. Cooper averaging just under 4 points per game. Flack with 4 points per contest here for Coach Ralph. Cordero wraparound pass. This one goes out of bounds and haven't got away with it, as this one will be deflected by Rylan into the game and allow the Huskies to reassess defensively here. Inbounds for the Broncos as Kobe Mouse on a nice crowd, and we'll also have the gymnastics team for a little halftime performance later on tonight. So stay tuned for that. Sully Kelson to the paint. Right-handed shot, no. Rebound comes down to Flack. Steffens goes the other side, probing. Steffens on the interior. Good pass to the baseline. Shot is up and in. Steffens gets the assist, and Cooper Kuhlmo will get 2 points off the bench. Cordero and Steffens. That'll be a fun matchup throughout the evening in the backcourt. As Cordero takes the screen, looking for Anger. Pass goes to Kelson. Sully wraparound. This one not going to be touched, and the Broncos with 3 turnovers so far here in the opening quarter for Lisbon. Broncos another region game on Monday, then their next 2 with Carrington and Mayport CG. A week from tonight, they'll host the Patriots here in Lisbon for a boys and girls basketball doubleheader. Well, for the Wahpeton Huskies, similar. Your next game was Central Cass on Monday in region plays. There's a block shot by Gilbert on the attack of Cooper Kuhlmo, as we'll see more substitutions here for the Huskies, as King will quickly check back in alongside with Gilbertson as Steffens and Cummings will check out. Huskies then with a game at Devils Lake on February the 7th and hosting the Grovers on February the 9th. Ball will get inbounced here to King, gives it back up top, little flex screen coming, good hand defensively. First turnover by the Huskies. Cordero with the pass looking for Anger. Anger sees this one left and inside, good deflection on the way by Bonchis, allowing his defense to reset. Bonchis on the guard here is with the rock is Kobe Mouse, right-hand side to Gilbert. Gilbert up and over on the pass to Sully, and this one was going to be last touch here by the Broncos. Lisbon just a little bit too far intended on the passes a couple of times tonight, particularly on the skip or the reversal. And so Wahpeton Huskies lead it by 2, and there's been a little bit of a rock fight early on in this first quarter play between these two clubs. As the Broncos will make a substitution with Quall on the next dead ball. Left-handed side goes Bonchis. Bonchis will see it here. They just clear out the paint, driving kick. Cooper Kuhlmo will shoot the 3. That one was halfway down, and Gilbert gets the rebound. Cordero across the timeline. Right-handed side finds a trailing Anger. Anger goes between the legs and a wraparound foul on Rylan Flack. That'll be Flack's first, team's second. As Steffens and alongside Quall will check in here for the Broncos. First time we'll see the junior guard of Blake Quall. Steffens, after a little pit stop, able to come back in. As Kobe Mouse and Aiden Bonchis will head to the bench for their respective clubs. Inbounds for Lisbon. Looking for Anger. Going to skip it to Quall. Left-handed side three-pointer. In and out, no good. But look at Sully Kelson fly and get the loose ball and throw it off the left knee of Gilbertson. Sully Kelson, the 6-foot sophomore forward, just came out of nowhere and able to get a second crack at it for the Lisbon Broncos here. Lisbon with Cordero, able to see this one left wing. Back up top as they're able to reverse it around. Cordero right baseline looking for a teammate, not an Anger. Gives it to Sully. Kelson at the free throw line looking to spin. Back to Anger. Good ball movement by Lisbon. Back to Cordero here. Cordero on the interior drive. Kick open. Right baseline 3 by Gilbert. No. Rebound Quall. Quall will have the slip pass to Cordero, as Cordero's got 2 teammates around him and finds a cut here. And Owen Gilbert for 2. Cordero able to spin 360 and keep that dribble in balance and find a teammate. Steffens' answer jumper from 17 goes short, and Cordero rolls the ankle after the rebound here for Owen Gilbert. We'll take a break with 94 seconds left to play here in the quarter.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good students from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful, innovative opportunities for students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District, from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbon.k12.nd.us.
While medicine's greatest advancements look like the latest sci-fi, one of our most powerful tools is far more simple, more human. It's a calling to connect with purpose. That's how we're evolving healthcare, by treating people, not just patients, with innovations that amplify healing and lead to more personalized care, guided by the belief we all hold the power to heal.
As we come back here on your liveevent.com on the Bank North scoreboard, Bank North, go to banknorth.bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender at Bank North. So Cordero is going to check out after he rolled the ankle. He rolled the ankle a couple weeks ago up in Castleton late in that contest, and it was pretty much the same right ankle right now, so he'll get checked out for. That's a big loss for Lisbon just in terms of what he can do with the basketball. Sully Kelson gets 2 points. And the Lisbon Broncos now lead it by 2. Wahpeton with Jack Gilbertson into the lineup. We'll see this one to Steffens. Steffens left wing. We'll see this one to Anderson. Garnett's the first name. Great name for a basketball player with Garnett, but there's a turnover. Second one here for the Huskies. Owen Gilbert, right wing. Drive kick, right-hand side. As Lisbon, we'll see this one gets deflected right into the paws of Cummings here. Gilbertson, right-hand side, gets walled off by Kelson. Back to Cummings as they work it around. Steffens here at the high post, slithers his way to the paint. Right-handed shot is up and in. Braden Steffens with the and one. He's got 4. And one opportunity upcoming here as the foul will go on Anger, his second, and the team's second here. So Qual with Colby Mouse. You have Gilbert, Anger, and Kelson on the floor here for Lisbon. Free throw attempt for Steffens is going to hit off the iron, and a rebound here to Sully, his third of the game. Steffens, Gilbertson, alongside with Train King, Anderson, as we alluded to, and Cummings here on the floor for the Wahpeton Huskies. Kelson in pass to Anger, and this will be a foul underneath. Foul will be assessed here on Alex Cummings, his first and the team's third with 32.1 left to play in the first quarter. Shot clock is off, and the Lisbon Broncos can hold for the final shot of the quarter potentially. Ryland Flack to check in. What's coming out will be Alex Cummings. Free throws here for both of these clubs. Wahpeton so far has shot 2. Lisbon has yet to shoot one tonight. Ball goes up top to Kelson, reversing out of Qual. Qual back to Sully here. Sully, we'll see this on the little weave to Gilbert. Back to the right-handed side to Qual. Qual with the left-hand shot is up and partially deflected there by Anderson as the Huskies will come away with it the other side of the floor. As using up that dribble, now it's to Steffens with 7. Steffens' jumper from 15 comes short. Rebound 1 here by Mouse. Mouse with a couple of dribbles with 3, with 2, tries to get the pass to Gilbert, and that's how we'll end our first quarter play. It's the Lisbon Broncos and the Wahpeton Huskies tied at 9 on the Bank North scoreboard.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Running a business is tough, but your accounting doesn't have to be. Let Olson Accounting check all the boxes. From taxes, payroll, business services, and professionalized financial guidance, all tailored to fit your requests. Whether you're a small business owner or just need help at tax time, trust Olson Accounting for professional, reliable service every time. Visit colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
Chase Miller with you, broadcasting tonight from the Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth. Stock Growers Bank, locally owned and locally invested in your community. You can check them out and make sure you check out Stock Growers Bank in your backyard, including here in Lisbon. Get in touch with the crew here at Stock Growers Bank with Wyatt Smith and Company. Thanks to Andra Kempel helping us out run the camera. Tied at 9 here after the opening 8 minutes. The storyline to start with was honoring two seniors who had an injury to begin this game, and with Landon Ralph and also with Jordan Bittner to start and get 2 layups for both teams. As this one will go on the inside. Good pass to Owen Gilbert. Gilbert will get fouled. He'll be at the line to shoot 2. Foul comes across on King. That'll be his second, team's first. And now the question is, how is Cordero doing in this particular juncture? As we got Carter Keller into the game now for the Lisbon Broncos to begin this second quarter. Free throw is going to rattle on in for Gilbert. He's got 3. Substitution as Kobe Mouse will check back in. While the Wahpeton Huskies able to see Bonchis able to return, and Rylan Flack as well quickly here for Wahpeton. Lisbon trying to take a 2-point advantage here with Owen Gilbert. Gilbert flick of the wrist, and we'll see this one to go up and in. Gilbert now with 4. Up by 2 is Lisbon here. Just over the midway point to this first half of play. Ball goes left-handed side, left wing. With it there is going to be Bonchis. Back to Steffens. Able to reverse this one as they're giving it now to Gilbertson. Gilbertson averaging 17 points per contest. Foul on the floor on Keller. His first and the team's first. The 1-2 combination for Wahpeton this season. Gilbertson at 17 and Steffens at 17 points per game. They're averaging 34 of the Huskies' 60 points per contest. As Wahpeton will see this one on the interior. Off the window, shot is up and off the mark by Cummings. Rebound comes down to Lisbon here with Anger, his 3rd board of the game. Hayden Anger will transition here on Cummings. Leaves this one off now to Quall. Quall at the right of the key, able to see this one tipped and eventually off the right fingertips of Owen Gilbert. Turnover on Lisbon. That'll be their 6th. As the Wahpeton Huskies get this one on the inbounds and bring it up the floor. As they'll handle this to the right-handed side. With it on this little weave's going to go to Bonchis. Able to see it now to Gilbertson. Driving kick to Steffens. Steffens able to spin at the free throw line. Gets the shot up from 13. This one is off the iron, no good. Rebound on the way to Hayden Anger, his 5th. Anger working with it, goes between the legs, now to Gilbert, right baseline 3, that's going to go long. Good backside board by Bonchis as he had Quall draped all over him. Steffens will see this one attacking, back to Bonchis. Bonchis at the free throw line to Cummings, able to reverse it now to Gilbertson. There's Jack, will see this one right-handed side, able to keep it, fakes the toss, and gets to the paint for 2. Jack Gilbertson with his first field goal of the evening, and we're tied at 11. 4th tie of the opening half of play. Anger leaving it left-handed side as Gilbert will give it back up top. Open is Carter Keller. Rattle it in. Carter Keller with the triple. The 2nd main 3 here for the Broncos in the opening half, and they lead it by 3. Steffens. Oh, good move to the paint, and that's a large foul on Lisbon. Anger will pick up his 3rd and the team's 2nd. And you'll see Steffens to the free throw line to shoot 2. A 64% free throw shooter on the season is 0 for 1 from the line. And we'll see substitutions coming in after the first free throw attempt here for Braden. Steffens, free throw attempt number 1 is up and in. Steffens now with 4 points on the evening. Sully Kelson able to check back into the game here for the Lisbon Broncos. Also Evan Tui coming in, the 6'2 junior forward. Steffens gets the shooter's rule to go there, and we'll see a air horn that's in the student section, or some artificial noisemaker or music across, so that will get quickly discarded. Again, if you're outdoors, one thing. Indoors, no cowbells, nothing. Artificial noisemakers when it comes to high school athletics. 14-13 Broncos here, up by 1. Second quarter play, Kelson trying to cross over. Cummings draped on him there as the Broncos will see this. Able to give it back to Sully up top. Kelson looking to spin, wraparound pass. This one goes to Gilbert. Gilbert back to Kelson. Kelson able to attack the paint, throws it up and in. Kelson now with 4. Lisbon matches their largest lead of the game here at 3. Steffens, speaking of attacking the paint, that's what he's done all night. Gilbert will see this in a foul. Rylan Flack will pick up the foul. This will be his second, team's second, after Gilbert was able to get the rebound here. As these two teams will play again one more time later this season. 5th meeting since the 3-division system between the two clubs. Wahpeton 4-0 against the Lisbon Broncos since the inception of the 3-division system. Sully Kelson left and inside to Keller. Keller here inside the paint looking for a teammate on the back cut. Nothing there as Keller able to spin up top now to Sully. Kelson with 15 seconds on the shot clock goes on the baseline, step through, and there's going to be a foul as coming across might be Alex Cummings, and it will be. Cummings now will pick up his second. If you're Coach Ralph right now, King, Cummings, and Flack all with 2 fouls here in the opening half of play. As you'll see, Sully Kelson to the free throw line to shoot 2, a 50% free throw shooter on the season, misses the first. Substitution as Kuhlmo will come in for the Huskies. Also, Carter Oswalt will also check in. Blake Wall to return here for the Lisbon Broncos. If you're just joining us, Cameron Cordero left the game at the 1:34 mark, tied at 7 with the rolled ankle, and has not been able to come back into the contest here for the Broncos. So big loss right there as it stands at this juncture. And more importantly, we're hoping it's not more of a long-term issue here if you're the Lisbon Broncos. With it now is Gilbertson. Gilbertson on the interior. That's going to come up short. Rebound comes down to Oswalt. Able to reverse it, give it back up top, and this will be a shot clock was reset. So Mark Euchstead will check it over here and see where they will need to reset the shot clock to where it was now to 22 seconds as it never drew iron. Officials here tonight, Tommy Bergen, Jake Schlecht, and Mark Euchstead. As the Huskies on the inbounds with Steffens. We'll see this one to Gilbertson. Gilbertson left and inside to Oswalt. Both teams have stayed in a man-to-man defense throughout the course of this evening. Lisbon kind of trying to leave the help, so to speak, off Gilbertson and Steffens as much as possible. Kuhlmo with 5. We'll see this one get tipped on the pass to Tui. Not a true face guard at times, but when the ball's looking to get reversed, trying to make it as tough as possible for either Steffens and alongside Gilbertson to try to get something as they come through the elevator screen with Kuhlmo. Kuhlmo at the right elbow with 2. Steffens to try to beat the horn. Rainbow 3 off the backboard and got it in. Oh, Steffens threw up a prayer and it was answered. He's got 9, and that's a big 3 here for the Huskies to try to get something brewing here in the second quarter. Foul assist on Carter Oswalt, his first, and that'll be the team's 4th. So the next one will put Lisbon into the bonus. I'm going to beat the horn by probably milliseconds, and we'll have a traveling violation by Sully Kelson. Can't move on the baseline after the foul to try to go left or right. You got to stay planted. So turnover here on the Lisbon Broncos. That'll be their 7th. Jake Schlecht all over that as Mark Euchstead was all over the shot clock. And this will be a foul trying to get through the screen. Kelson will pick this one up. And Sully will pick up his first, the team's 3rd. High school basketball here today in Lisbon on yourliveevent.com as they see this with Gilbertson. Back to left-hand side through the flex. Steffens will see this one looking for a second 3. This one's up and in. Braden Steffens now with 8 in the quarter. He's got 12 on the night. And just like that, it's a 2-point lead for the Wahpeton Huskies. As this is going to be a steal with it the other side of the floor. A pickpocket steal for 2 is Gilbertson. He's got 4. Lisbon will handle this up and over on the pass. Oswalt trying to get the steal. He does eventually to Steffens, and there's going to be a foul on Sully Kelson. Kelson will pick up his second, team's 4. So you got 3 on Anger, 2 on Sully Kelson, and Cordero back to the bench. That's the good news for Lisbon fans. The bad news, he's with crutches. right now here for the Broncos. But the Wahpeton Huskies able to take a 4-point lead. This is their largest lead of the game here in this first half. Gilbertson will see this in a foul here on Sully. So Kelson, his third foul. That'll be the team's fifth, and just like that, the Huskies now are in the bonus. Gilbertson, a 50% free throw shooter to shoot two, and both of these teams playing with some large pieces, figuratively and literally, on the bench right now. As the Huskies with Gilbertson with a right-handed toss is going to be off the rim. Substitution as Keller to check in. Kelson will check out. So you got 3 on Anger, 3 on Kelson. Wahpeton again with foul trouble of Cummings, Flack, and King, all with 2 fouls here respectively, and there's still 3:29 left in the first half. Free throw attempt number 2 is no good. Rebound to Gilbert, and there's a foul here on Wahpeton, and we'll shoot bonus free throws. Foul coming against on Carter Oswald. So now add to the Wahpeton party of 2 fouls. They got a 4-pack, as we'll see free throws upcoming for Owen Gilbert. 4 points and 4 rebounds for the 6'4" senior forward, 4s all around. That's number 4 Gilbert to the free throw line. Free throw attempt is good. Broncos back within 1 possession. Both teams scored 9 points in the opening quarter of play. Second free throw swirls out. Rebound comes down to Gilbertson, his first. Jack here, the underclassman, the sophomore. We'll see this on the dribble entry to the right wing, trying to attack, and there's going to be a body foul on the floor on Kobe Mouse, his first, and line him up again here for Gilbertson. Gilbertson will head to the stripe to shoot 2. So far in this quarter, you have 8 points for Steffens, and then from there, 4 points on the way for Gilbertson to make up the Broncos' 12 in the quarter. As Gilbertson misses the free throw attempts, trying to see if he can stretch this one out to a 2-possession game in a contest that got underway about 7:44 here tonight. Free throw attempts here for Gilbertson on the second. That's going to go long. Rebound nearly tipped Steffens to himself. Evan Toohey, though, the 6'2 junior, able to get the loose ball. The Broncos with Gilbert will leave it right-hand side to Kobe Mouse. Mouse gets tripped up. We'll see this jump ball. That'll be our first of the evening, and the Huskies will take advantage with the basketball here. Also this evening on YourLiveEvent.com in Region 1 play, it's Central Cass and Oak Grove. But a timeout on the floor with 3 minutes to play. 21-18, Wahpeton with the ball up by 3 when we return.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon is the premier building supply headquarters in southeastern North Dakota. They have it from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell. With their large inventory and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. That's rbclisbon.com. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
After the timeout here on the Bank North scoreboard, go to banknorth.bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. See what values-based banking can do for you as the Wahpeton Huskies will bring this one on the floor with Steffens. Steffens after the timeout by Jason Coonsey, the first one taken for either club tonight. We'll see this up top as they work it right wing. That'll be with Bonchis. Back to Gilbertson here. Gilbertson now to Steffens. Three-pointer is going to come up short. Good box underneath to Kobe Mouse. Mouse, we'll see this in the front court, looking to spin, trips. This one's going to be on the deck, and a jump ball will make its way towards Lisbon this time. The Bronco fans were maybe looking for a foul, nothing granted, as we'll get a jump, and it Broncos up and over on the pass. as Kobe Mouse guarded here by Steffens. Mouse front court, Steffens able to work him on the zigzag, looking backdoor on the cut to Gilbert. Gilbert able to spin, kept his balance for a moment, but then this will be a traveling violation on the spin there by Gilbert, and turnover number 4 of the quarter here for Lisbon. Well, Brendan Steffens utilize it now when these two region teams get together. Never sure what you're going to get in Region 1A basketball. You could get a 77-75 style of game, or you could get a good old-fashioned defensive knockout, drag-out kind of a game here as Gilbertson to the paint, can't get it to go. Rebound to Gilbert, his 5th. That could be the first one to 45-50. Could be the winner, as this is where it's kind of going right now. As Qual will see this up top to Keller. Keller right wing on the weave to Gilbert, right wing 3. That's going to go long. Rebound, this will be a foul here on Tui. Tui with his first, and because both teams got the bonus, we've seen a lot of free throws here in the quarter as they will continue moving as Wahpeton will shoot 2 at the free throw line. As Aiden Bonchis will make his way for his first free throw attempts of the season for the 6'3" junior forward. Bonchis, free throw attempt number 1, nothing but net. Now a 2-possession game here for the Huskies, as they see free throw attempt number 2 for Bonchis, also pure. Wahpeton 4 of 8 from the free throw line here in the quarter, while for the Lisbon Broncos they're 4 of 6. Qual will handle it as he sees it. Wahpeton, little half-court trap. We'll give this one up top at the high post to Tui, left wing, as they work it around to Gilbert. Gilbert goes behind the back. He lost it. It's still on the deck. Keller, left baseline 3 is up and off the iron. Loose ball comes down to Qual. Qual will see it. Double team comes, looking for a teammate to Keller, and Gilbertson comes away with a steal. Gilbertson up the far side, and Keller is going to be on him, and this is a turnover for Wahpeton. Jack Gilbertson with the turnover. Great hustle play by the 5'10 sophomore. Keller getting in front of Gilbertson and not giving him a free angle to try to get that transition layup. Broncos far side to Kobe Mouse. Mouse going into Dead Man's Alley here on the right-handed side, trying to throw it off a shoe, and does off of Bonchis. Wahpeton pretty much played that textbook defensively, lure him into the short corner, then create the trap and kind of suffocate him a little bit there defensively. As the Broncos to inbound it here with Blake Qual. Qual will see this, and this will be a 5-second violation on the Broncos, and it will be a turnover. Want these two teams back in action again on Monday with the region contest. Wahpeton hosting Central Cass. Lisbon will host the Highlanders of Valley City. Ball comes to the near side. Kumul will give it right wing. Oswald back up top as they're able to reverse it to Gilbertson. Coming through on the screen, Kumul. As they look for a little flex to Steffens. Steffens will see this here. Step through. Steffens trying to finish over Keller and does. Brandon Steffens, 10 in the quarter, 14 on the night to lead the floor, and the Huskies lead it by 7. Gilbert, right wing. Steffens nearly had a takeaway and a breakaway, but instead, we'll see it on the far side, and this is where the Broncos, all things considered, if you can get a quality look and a bucket here, it'd be back to a 2-possession game, but Steffens able to see this to Oswald. Wrap around pass to Steffens, up and in for 2. And just like that, it's now a 9-point contest. Keller, front court, to Gilbert on the baseline. Gilbert with the pass, and this will be a foul on the Huskies. Foul on Wahpeton. This would be on Carter Oswald, his 3rd. Jeff Ralph wasn't thrilled with that call, to say the least. He thought his defense was perfect on that one. Now having fun with some of the Lisbon Bronco dads, helping out with the Lisbon Gymnastics halftime show here. I'm going to chuckle with them right now. Free throw attempt is up and in for Gilbert. So Gilbert, 4 of 5 from the free throw line here in the quarters, got 7 points. Free throw attempt number 2 for Gilbert is also good. Huskies, Gilbertson in the front court. Gilbertson going to attack the paint. This pass is going to be out of bounds, and it will be last touch off of a Lisbon leg. 4.7 to play in the half. Steffens. Good bounce pass, leaves it right-hand side. Bonches up and in. And the three-quarter scored. Heave will not happen here for Lisbon. After 1/2 of play on the Bank North scoreboard, it's the Wahpeton Huskies up by 9 as we get to the half. Brought to you in part by Olson Accounting. Take a look at the first half numbers when we return.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Stock Growers Bank is proud to celebrate 125 years of service, and they built a legacy of trust and commitment to the local communities. Loan Officer Wyatt Smith can help achieve your goals and grow your business with confidence. Here's Zach Maralt on his experience.
We tried a few different lenders before purchasing our building, and we eventually ended up going to see Wyatt, who I already personally knew anyways. He made the purchasing process easy. We pretty much had an answer that day, pushed all our accounts there, and it's a great experience.
Wahpeton Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
As we come back on the halftime show, brought to you in part by Olson Accounting, as we take a look at the Lisbon gymnastics team here for your halftime delight. 29-20, Chase Miller alongside Audra Kemple with you here on yourliveevent.com. Storyline to come into this, and the story lineup says they honor two seniors who had season-ending injuries during the football seasons for their respective teams. For the Wahpeton Huskies, it was Landon Ralph, the senior. He came in the starting lineup, able to get a free layup, and the same for the Lisbon Broncos with Jordan Bittner here, as they both scored respectively the first 2 points of the game. They allowed the visitor of Landon Ralph to get the first two, and then the next two scored by Jordan Bittner. They both agreed to then call the game to give them a little bit more of a recognition before they resumed it back to a normal game broadcast or a gameplay here. And there was emotion in the gym at that time, as you saw for Landon Ralph. His dad, Jeff Ralph, is the head coach, and same for Jordan Bittner, his dad, the assistant coach here with Brad Bittner here for the Lisbon Broncos. So that brought a tear to some folks' eyes in the respective crowd. And then with 1:34 left to play in the first half, Cameron Cordero came out of the game with a rolled ankle, the similar ankle that he rolled a couple weeks ago in Castleton. He returned to the floor. That was the good news. Bad news, it was on crutches. So for a Bronco perspective, you're hoping short-term, as again long-term here, is you got the whole month of February to get through the regular season with that March 9th date looming for the quarterfinal round of the Region 1A Boys Basketball Tournament. Both teams scored 9 points in the first quarter. Wahpeton had 20 in the second to Lisbon's 11. Team numbers go like this. The Huskies with 6 players in the scoring column so far here this evening. They're 5 of 11 from the free throw line, 2 threes, 7 rebounds to just 3 turnovers. Team numbers for the Lisbon Broncos, they have 12 team turnovers. They're 6 of 8 from the foul line, 2 threes, 17 rebounds. Wahpeton individually led by Braden Steffens with 16 points. He had 2 threes in the second quarter. Steffens was 16. You have 4 points for Gilbertson, 4 points, 3 rebounds for Aiden Bonches, 2 points for Cooper Kumo, 2 points here for Landon Ralph, and you do have a point for Trey King. Again, the Wahpeton Huskies led by the 16 of Braden Steffens. Well, for the Lisbon Broncos, led by the 7 points, 5 boards of Owen Gilbert, who's 5 of 6 from the free throw line again for Gilbert. 5 points on the way for Sully Kelson with 3 rebounds. 3 points for Carter Keller, 3 for Kobe Mouse, and 2 points for Jordan Bittner. The Broncos again led by the 7 of Owen Gilbert as the halftime show continues here on yourliveevent.com. Taking a look at some of your out-of-town scoreboard, as that was the Lisbon Gymnastics show team again. Taking a look at your out-of-town scoreboard here at the half in Castleton. Central Castles open up the game a little bit against the Grovers as they lead it 51-35 at the half in Castleton. We'll take a quick break. We'll continue with more after this on our Olson Accounting Halftime Report.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
While medicine's greatest advancements look like the latest sci-fi, one of our most powerful tools is far more simple, more human. It's a calling to connect with purpose. That's how we're evolving healthcare, by treating people, not just patients, with innovations that amplify healing and lead to more personalized care, guided by the belief we all hold the power to heal.
What's going on today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassi Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve. So we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
As we continue on our halftime show, brought to you in part by Olson Accounting. If you need help with your monthly accounting or payroll, let Cindy and her staff give you a hand and get ready for the upcoming tax season with the friendly and reliable professionals at Olson Accounting in Lisbon. For all your tax and accounting requests, visit them at their office in Lisbon or simply go to colsoncpa.com. That again is colsoncpa.com. Lisbon up next. So host Valley City on Monday, at Carrington Thursday. Then a week from tonight, host Mayport CG in a basketball doubleheader with the Patriots. Wahpeton up next will host Central Cass on Monday. February the 7th, they'll play at Devil's Lake. Then on February the 9th, host the Grovers upcoming for the Huskies. Huskies again led by Steffens with 16 points. While for the Lisbon Broncos, they were led by the 7 points and 5 rebounds of Owen Gilbert. At the half, it's a 9-point lead for Wahpeton. We come back, we'll get you ready for second half action between the Huskies and the Broncos for Region 1A boys basketball. That does it. Brought to you in part by Olson Accounting for our halftime report.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
When you choose Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance Gullison Olson Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners, farm and ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let Lance, Shelby, and the staff at Gullison Olson Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon for Farmers Union Insurance Gullison Olson Agency.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
As we get you ready for the second half of play, Region 1A basketball here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. The Wahpeton Huskies, this is their 13th game of the season, and it's the same for the Lisbon Broncos as well. Lisbon at 7-5 coming into tonight, while Wahpeton sits at 8-4. The Huskies looking to win their fourth straight game, while for Lisbon looking to snap a 5-game losing skid right now here in this contest. Officials tonight, Tommy Bergen, Mark Ukstead, and Jake Schlecht. Here this evening, the Wahpeton Huskies in their purple attire, white numerals, outlined in gold. We'll start with the basketball here in the second half. Bonchis on the floor with King, Steffens, Gilbertson, alongside with Alex Cummings as well here for the Huskies. Steffens, front court, we'll see this one now to Gilbertson. Gilbertson's going to drive on the baseline, leaves it now to Steffens. Steffens takes a couple hard dribbles, attacks the paint, left-handed scoop, and a little English on a Friday night for two. Braden Steffens with 18. Steffens, in one word, is smooth. I see this with Gilbert. Nice little pick-and-roll game with Anger, and he's going to get fouled. The question, was it in the act of shooting or on the floor? As that's what Euxton and Schlecht will talk it over here. As the foul will come across on the Wahpeton Huskies, Alex Cummings will pick up his third, team's first, and they will say it will be in the act of shooting. So free throws upcoming here for Lisbon with Hayden Anger. It was Anger looking to get his first point of the night and able to do so. Hayden, a guy that's averaging 14.5 points per game, plagued with foul trouble, has 3 of them right now. Free throw attempt number 2 by Hayden Anger is up and in. He's got 2. As they see this far side with Steffens to the right-handed side for the Wahpeton Huskies. Bounce pass on the interior goes to Cummings. Cummings down to Bonchis as the Huskies able to reverse it around the world to Gilbertson. Gilbertson spins on the free throw line, throws it up and gets the shooter's roll to go. Jack Gilbertson with a spin drive. He's got 6. Broncos near side with it. Baseline, Sully Kelson able to skip this one to Gilbert. Gilbert trying to get by Steffens. Sees it now to Kelson. Sully muscling his way on the inside to Anger. Anger will see it back to Kelson with 18 on the shot clock. Kelson here at the free throw line. Going to attack the paint. Throws it up. No. Rebound comes down to the Huskies. And Bonchis wants to get out and run as he's going to get the finger roll layup. No. Rebound. Gilbertson. There's a putback on the way. And this is going to be a blocked attempt by Lisbon. As the Huskies with Gilbertson inside the paint, right-handed scoop for 2. Jack Gilbertson's got 8, a lot of action. That results in the Huskies coming out. A nice little run here to begin this third quarter play at 6-2. Lisbon, see this one off the window. Putback is good, and Anger gets the end one. Hayden Anger cleans up the miss. He's got 4 points, 5 boards. As Cummings now will pick up his 4th, team's second, and Cummings will check out of the game as Rylan Flack will check in with 6:19 left to play in quarter number 3. Free throw attempts on the way for Anger as he's able to convert the good old-fashioned 3-point play. The Broncos back within 10. And right now, do they have a stop for Steffens and Gilbertson here respectively? As they see this one with Bonchis. Back to Gilbertson here. Gilbertson at the free throw line. Leaves this one left and inside to King. King taking a couple of dribbles. Hands it off now to Bonchis. Bonchis looking for a teammate on the back cut. Nothing there as it goes to Flack. Flack inside the paint, but this one will be an offensive foul. Flack with his 3rd, and that'll be the team's 3rd in the quarter. As this will somehow go to Blake Quall. Quall on the baseline to Gilbert. Gilbert makes his way inside. Gilbert off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound to Gilbertson, and Gilbertson wants to get out in transition. Gilbertson spins, baseline, passing, coming through as it works its way inside to Flack. Flack somehow with the step, and he throws it up off the window for two. Now it's to a 12-point margin again on the Bank North scoreboard. Anger spinning right-handed side with it, goes to Kobe. Mouse to the near side, up and over to Anger. This one underneath gets tipped. And eventually the Huskies will come away with it. Gilbertson crossing that Bronco center emblem. We'll see this left-hand side to Steffens. Steffens left wing three was halfway down. Loose ball goes to King. King will see it. There's a foul. King with 2 rebounds. Does have a point from the free throw line. Foul assessed on Quall. His first, the team's first, as Cordero comes out of the locker room with no crutches here for Lisbon, so that's good news. Cordero. See if he can talk it over with the coaches, or what the coaches will assess after talking with the athletic trainer and Barb Sweet as well in terms of her assessment. Coming in will be Cooper Kummel here for the Wahpeton Huskies. Evan Tui able to return into the game for the Lisbon Broncos. Free throw is going to go long. Rebound comes down to Gilbert. That'll be Gilbert's 6th board of the game, and the Lisbon Broncos see this one back within 12. Trying to see if they can get it to 10 or single digits potentially here with Quall. Now to Anger. Anger wants to make it 9. 3-pointer no. Rebound won by King, his second in as many moments. Kummel up the far side, right wing. Cooper gets walled off, gives it back to Steffens. Steffens with 18 points, right-hand side to Kummel as they're trying to post up King on the inside. Steffens then near wing. Well, 4 out, 1 in. The one again is King. Bonchis will handle this. Bonchis up top to Kummel. Kummel will see it with 13. Here goes a 3-pointer, is up and in. Braden Steffens with 21 on the night. And we get a timeout on the floor. Steffens with his 3rd 3 of the evening. Huskies with their largest lead at 15 on the Bank North scoreboard.
Hey Lisbon, it's time to rally behind our favorite team. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are sending all our best wishes to the Broncos as they hit the court and field this season. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are proud to support our teams and community. Let's show our Broncos that we're with them every step of the way. Go Broncos! Your dedication and spirit makes us all proud. From all of us at the Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters, we're cheering for you.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good students from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful, innovative opportunities for students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District, from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbon.k12.nd.us.
After the timeout by Coach Jeff Ralph, here we're back to business as the Wahpeton Huskies so far 11 points in the quarter to Lisbon's 5. And number 5, Anger, sees a double team and jumping the passing lane is Bonchis. Bonchis goes the other side off the window, no. Anger has to be smart with those 3 fouls. Ball will go out of bounds, and it'll be last touch here by Lisbon and Evan Tui. As Cooper Kummel was able to get the loose ball, as Wahpeton will see this on the baseline with Steffens. Up top to King, able to reverse this one right wing as Wahpeton will run the flex. Steffens will see this. Couple of dribbles for Steffens. Steffens attacks, and there's going to be a double team as Cordero is back into the game now for Lisbon. As Cordero will pick up the foul. That'll be his first and the team's second. Good to see Cordero out there. As still playing with a little bit of a limp, but Cordero is going to try to make the most out of it right now. Here for the Broncos. Ball will go left and inside to Bonchis. Back up top to King. King with it on the interior. Going to attack the paint, and there's a foul. This one looks to be on Evan Tui. It will be his second, team's third, and free throws upcoming here for King. Trey King is 1 of 4 from the free throw line here in the game. The Huskies of 5 of 13 as a team from the stripe. Free throw attempt on the way for King is up and good. King's got 2. Checking in will be Jack Gilbertson. As he'll come in for Braden Steffens, who's got 21 points to lead the floor. 29 of the 41 points here tonight scored between Steffens and Gilbertson here for the Huskies. Free throw attempt number 2 for King is going to be off the iron, and a rebound to Owen Gilbert, his 7th. Anger sees it. Anger skips it. King gets the steal. King the other side of the floor. Shot is up, no. It's loose, and eventually Cooper Kuhlmo will come away with it. Putback can't get it to go on the inside by Flack. Rebound here by King is missed, and eventually the loose ball comes to the Lisbon Broncos. Broncos drive kick, Cordero, rainbow 3, nothing but twine. Cordero with his first three-pointer of the night. Mind you, he missed the majority of the game with a right ankle injury. Came out, able to get back into the game and see if that can be a little shot in the arm for Lisbon here midway through this third quarter. Right-handed side, Flack with the ball fake as they give it up top to Kuhlmo. We're able to reverse it. Gilbertson with the rainbow three-pointer. That goes long. Rebound, though, is saved eventually here by Flack. Flack on the interior is able to find it to King. Top of the key, 3. Rattle it in. King with the triple as the Huskies have made their 4th three-pointer here of the night. As the Broncos see this deficit now to 16. Carter Keller to the right baseline. Keller with it back up top as they give it to Anger. Foul on Flack. And if you're Jeff Ralph, your bigs picking up some fouls right now with Cummings with 4, Flack with 4, and that's the team's 4th here in the quarter. As Sully Kelson will check back in. He got Blake Quall with Gilbert and alongside Anger and Cordero here for Lisbon. Steffens on the guard. Cordero to the near side as Gilbertson will guard him here. Ball gets skipped to Gilbert. Now to Anger. Anger on the left-hand side as Sully was posting up on the interior. Anger makes his way to the paint. Now near side. Quall bounce pass back to Sully. Sully on the short corner. Wraparound to Gilbert. Left pocket 3. Book it. Owen Gilbert with 10. And a nice find by Sully Kelson. Able to keep on his head on a swivel and find an open Bronco. And the teammate for 3 on the way there. Again for Gilbert. Wahpeton with Kuhlmo to the near sideline for the Huskies, guarded by Cordero. As Cooper makes his way right-hand side to Gilbertson. Gilbertson right of the key, back up top now to Steffens. Steffens spinning, step, back to the top to King. King back to Steffens. They go underneath the screen now, switch. Steffens will drive and kick. Gilbertson, left pocket 3 is up and in. Nothing but twine from 19-9 as Gilbertson, he's got 11. Cordero finds it to Anger. Anger, drive, kick. Quall, 3 is long. Rebound comes down to King, his 5th board. Huskies leading it by 16. Squad that's averaging 60 points per game, and Coach Jeff Ralph wants a timeout. We'll break with them with 89 seconds left to play in the third quarter. On the Bank North scoreboard, it's a 16-point lead here for for Wahpeton.
While medicine's greatest advancements look like the latest sci-fi, one of our most powerful tools is far more simple, more human. It's a calling to connect with purpose. That's how we're evolving healthcare, by treating people, not just patients, with innovations that amplify healing and lead to more personalized care. Guided by the belief we all hold the power to heal.
Broadcasting today from the Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth, locally owned and locally operated and run in your communities, particularly here in Lisbon and the surrounding communities. That's Stock Growers Bank, in contact with Wyatt Smith and the crew here in Lisbon. Chase Miller with you, alongside with Audra Kempel, helping us out run camera tonight. Here in the third quarter play, Wahpeton leads it by 16, tied at 9 after one quarter, and it was a 9-point lead for the Huskies after the half. As Anderson, newly inserted here for Wahpeton after the timeout, now to Steffens. Steffens back near side to Gilbertson. Gilbertson left wing rainbow 3 yet again. Oh, it finds gold. Jack Gilbertson, rack him up. He's got 10 in the quarter. Cordero slips it to Anger. Anger on the baseline to Quall. Quall going to weave his way to Kelson. Sully at the left wing taking a couple of dribbles. Nice bounce pass to a cunning Gilbert for 2. Owen Gilbert now at 12, and in Lisbon's offense, if they can get 1 or 2 skips and drive motions, you can maybe lose a guy like Gilbert, Anger, and company. As Kelson trying to wall off Gilbertson here as they give this one out to Anderson. Top of the key to King. King, a little flex offense by the Huskies near side as Wahpeton will see Steffens come up at the right wing with 13 on the shot clock. Steffens with a couple of dribbles and a foul. That's the last one the Broncos had to give of the quarter. Qual will pick it up his second, team's fourth. Not the worst thing from a Bronco perspective, but now the shot clock is off and the Huskies can hold for the final shot of the third. Gilbertson up top. As Gilbertson taking a couple of dribbles, able to slip this one out of Cooper Kuhlmo. Kuhlmo looking to spin, gets inside the paint. Kuhlmo gives it back to Gilbertson, right to the key, three. That's going to go long. Rebound to Cordero. Cordero goes behind the back. It got kicked. Steffens on the floor. Gilbertson, good if it goes. And that's how we'll end our first, make that third quarter of play. It's the Lisbon Broncos and the Wahpeton Huskies with Wahpeton up by 17.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Running a business is tough, but your accounting doesn't have to be. Let Olson Accounting check all the boxes. From taxes, payroll, business services, and professionalized financial guidance, all tailored to fit your requests. Whether you're a small business owner or just need help at tax time, trust Olson Accounting for professional, reliable service every time. Visit colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
After 3 quarters of play on the Bank North scoreboard, 50-33, the Huskies out in front, outscoring the Broncos 21-13 in the third quarter. 21 on the evening for Steffens, 14 for Gilbertson here, while for the Lisbon Broncos led by the 12 points of Owen Gilbert and the 5 of Kelson and Anger. As this one will be another turnover for Lisbon. Those are starting to mount. Steffens, the other side of the floor, gets fouled by Cordero. As Cordero picks up the foul, that'll be his second, team's first of the fourth quarter, and Steffens will head to the free throw line where he's 2 of 3 on the night with a game high again. 21 points for the senior guard, surpassed 1,000 points here in his career. Steffens' free throw attempt is up and in. He's got 22. Free throw attempts, number 2 here for Wahpeton, and if you're Lisbon, there's still time that's in front of you, but gotta play nearly a perfect fourth quarter. As Gilbert gets the rebound, that's going to be his 9th of the game, working on a double-double performance. Gilbert drive kick, Cordero, right pocket 3 yet again. Cordero from the right baseline. He's got 2 threes since coming back from that injury. The Broncos back within 15. Steffens front court, right-hand side to King. King attacks, and this one's going to be blocked on the way by Gilbert. Blake Qual up the floor to Cordero. Cordero with the ball fake. Double team comes down to Qual. Qual right of the key. Answer. The three-pointer is going to go short. Rebound, and then Kelson will pick up the foul. After Kuhlmo got the rebound, Kelson thought he could maybe get there, but was just a shy late as Kelson picks up his 4th and the team's 2nd here of this fourth quarter of play. So if you're Wahpeton, you'll more than be willing to go bucket for bucket right now. If you're Lisbon, simply put, 7-0, 8-0 run is what the name of the game is right now as the ball works its way on the near side. King will give it back up top after the drive by Kuhlmo. Now to Steffens. If you're Wahpeton, you can be pretty deliberate right now with this lead. Trying to take a quality look every time down the floor, and they will drive, and this will be a foul. And what this does also, it resets the shot clock to 35 as Qual will pick up the foul, his 3rd and the team's 3rd. As the Huskies with Steffens on the inbound. King on the cut. No one talked, no one switched as King now has 7. Huskies lead it by 17. Anger in the front court. Anger makes his way, able to spin. Anger, turnaround, fadeaway jumper is up and in. Anger's got 7. But again, if you're Wahpeton, you're good with this. Bucket for bucket right now. Well, if you're Lisbon, how many possessions can you acquire here in the next 6.5 minutes? Steffens, able to give it to Kumo. Cooper guarded by Cordero back up top as King. A little flex again here for the Huskies. Back to Steffens. Steffens, jumper from 16, nothing but nets. And a timeout on the floor. Steffens has 24. And a timeout for Coach Ralph. Wahpeton up by 17 on the Bank North scoreboard.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller. And I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
As we continue here, make sure you stay tuned to our post-game show. We'll hear from a member of the victorious team. Take a look at your final numbers. That and more is still to come after the conclusion of this basketball game here tonight in Lisbon. And then for wrestling fans, we got you covered for both boys and girls wrestling tomorrow. Brent Dick will be out in New Salem for part 2 of the East-West Classic as Anger makes his way off the window and gets the end one. Anger now with 9, a chance to get into double digits with a free throw attempt. Foul will come across here on Garnett Anderson, his first and the team's first of the quarter. And we'll have girls wrestling at the Bell of the Brawl invite for the individuals at 9:30 tomorrow morning in Castleton for girls wrestling. As Anger now in double digits, and the Broncos again hanging around here at 14. Wahpeton hasn't put this game to bed yet as Lisbon coming out with a little half-court trap. Gilbertson skipping it right-hand side. Kumo, good pass to King. King will go up and a block shot, but a foul. Owen Gilbert with the foul. That'll be his first, the team's fourth. 2 free throws upcoming here for Trey King. King with 7 points, 2 of 6 from the free throw line. Free throw attempt here for King is up, and this one will be off the side of the rim. Free throw attempt number 2 here for King and the Huskies. As King makes the second, he's got 8. Cordero, we'll see it in the front court, taking a couple of dribbles. Right-hand side now to Sully. Kelson on this weave, able to spin. Kelson makes his way into the paint. High off the window shot, no rebound to Steffens. And then this will go out of bounds, and it'll be last touch by Lisbon. That was close to possibly being off the toe or shin of Steffens, but last touch by a Bronco with 5:20 left to play in the fourth quarter. Broncos again chasing the game a little bit here with a half-court trap. Cooper Kuhlmo will see the slip pass on the interior for Gilbertson. Jack Gilbertson now has 16 points on the evening. He's one shy of his season average at 17. Cordero goes behind the back, right wing to Sully. Kelson will handle this one back up top to Blake Quall. Quall driving kick, Anger right pocket 3 is up and in. Hand in Anger, he's got 13. The Broncos back within 14, but can they climb it within 10 in a hurry? Well, if you're Wahpeton again, trying to see this clock continue to wind as quickly as possible. Kuhlmo to Steffens. Steffens at the free throw line to Anderson. Jumper here for Garnett. Able to get that one to go down for 2. Gives Steffens the assist. Garnett Anderson with his first field goal off the bench for Coach Ralph. Anger right-hand side to Sully. Kelson, Gilbert with the back cut. Sully crossing over, able to spin. Now back to Cordero. Cordero guarded by Gilbertson. Skips it near side of Quall. Quall jumper from 10. That's going to go long. Rebound here to Wahpeton with King, his 6th board of the game. As Steffens will walk the ball up the floor, understanding time and situation of where the game's at right now to Gilbertson. Steffens sort of attacking the paint, just going to pull it up a little bit as this one nearly is a turnover. It was last touched by Anger. And will stay Husky basketball. Checking in, Kobe Mouse. Well, you got the Huskies to make a couple of substitutions with Bonchus and alongside Carter Oswalt. We got a timeout on the way for Jason Kunze. We'll break as well. 3:49 left to play in the fourth quarter on the Bank North scoreboard.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon is the premier building supply headquarters in southeastern North Dakota. They have it from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell. With their large inventory and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. That's rbclisbon.com. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Update for you, broadcasting from the Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth in Castleton. The Central Cass Squirrels with a 88-56 win over the Grovers of Oak Grove tonight and improved to 5-0 in region play. Oak Grove now drops to 4-2. If this result holds, Wahpeton would improve to 4-3 and be a half game behind Oak Grove for third place in the region. If this game holds as it stands right now, again, Central Cass over Oak Grove tonight, 88-56 in Region 1 basketball, broadcasting again from the Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth. 60-46 Huskies as Wahpeton inbounding the basketball. Oswald here, the sophomore guard. We'll see it now to Bonchis, a junior, to Gilbertson, a sophomore. Gilbertson at the free throw line, jumper up, and got it to go. Gilbertson with 18. As the Huskies looking to grind out a Region 1 road victory here if they can hold on for the final 3.5. Anger stepped there with the pass. King able to get the interception as we'll go the other side. Here goes Steffens, able to get the two-handed flush. Brandon Steffens got 26. Cordero. That's another turnover. Broncos to King. King lays it off. Gilbertson with the left-handed layup for 2. And Gilbertson's got 20. A difference in this game, the storyline is the turnovers. 18 for Lisbon. You got 3 for Wahpeton here tonight. Cordero, right-handed side, muscling his way. As Cordero steps it through off the window, and there's going to be a foul as Cordero will head to the line to shoot 2. Foul assessed here on the Huskies. As this one will be on King, his third. That'll be the team's second. And we'll see 2 free throws on the way here for Cordero. Cordero, right-handed free throw is up. He's got 7. Substitution into the game goes Owen Gilbert. Free throw attempt number 2 here for Cordero. It's Cordero. We'll miss this one. It's going to be tipped by Kelson. Kelson then inadvertently gets tripped up, and it will eventually go in the hands here of the Huskies. Quickly up the floor. Nice pass on the inside, but this will be a turnover for Wahpeton after they were trying to find Oswald on the interior on the pass and give it on the interior. As the Huskies get back well defensively. Good left hand by Gilbertson. Gilbertson, the runway's yours as he misses the dunk. Rebound by Steffens, and there's a foul underneath by Anger. Anger with his 4th, team's 5th, and a smart play by Steffens. You saw Anger going up, and the crafty 6-foot senior takes the rebound, took a dribble into Anger, and picks up the foul. It was Cordero will check out. Carter Keller will check in. As Cordero will get a nice round of applause, trying to play through a little bit of that right ankle injury here as he will check out. Free throw on the way here for Steffens. Free throw is good. 6 points in the quarter, 27 in the game. Free throw attempt number 2 on the way here for Wahpeton. As Steffens able to hit both free throw attempts. Up top, taking a couple dribbles here is Colby Mouse. Mouse across the way, and this one will be a turnover here for Lisbon. As the Huskies with Garnett Anderson will check in with 2:05 left to play in the 4th quarter. Checking out will be King. As King will check out of the game. As Wahpeton right now with Steffens will bring it up the floor, and the Huskies find a way to milk the final 2 minutes of this game and pick up a road victory here tonight. Make it 4 straight games of wins of competition with Valley City, Breckenridge, and Grand Forks Central. with 2 of those being Region 1 wins, as well as they will elevate to 4-3 in region play. Steffens left-handed side will see it to Bonchis. As the Huskies with Gilbertson here. Gilbertson able to spin. Jumper from 10 is up and good. Jack Gilbertson got 22 on the evening with 18 of his points in the second half. Kelson pass, gives this one to Keller. Good hand as Keller gets the ball back, finds a cutting Gilbert, but Anderson got his mitts on that one. Other side of the floor goes Steffens with the layup for 2. And Steffens will see a timeout here for Jeff Ralph, and this will be partially substitution timeout for these teams as well. Steffens will finish the night with 30 points here for the Wahpeton Huskies. While for the Lisbon Broncos, they will drop to 7-6 on the season, 1-5 in Region 1 play here for Lisbon. Offensively tonight, Hayden Anger with 13 points, 5 rebounds. He did all of his scoring in the second half after having 3 fouls in the first half. Owen Gilbert, 12 points and 9 boards here for Lisbon this evening, as the Broncos will come up short here tonight. Tied at 9 apiece after 1 quarter play. Wahpeton led by 9 at the half, 29-20. And then they just kept on adding to it. So far, a 22-point quarter for the Huskies, while Lisbon, they have 12 points here in quarter number 4. As both these teams bringing in some new faces from the previous possession. Evan Toohey in. Also in will be Zane Johnson here for the Broncos. Blake Quall. Also Okumba will check into the game. And Lisbon will see Jack Olson, the 6'3 junior, here for Lisbon. Ball goes to the aforementioned Olson. Olson gives it up top. Okumba takes the dribble, goes behind the back, leaves it now to Toohey. Toohey handles this one to the right wing, as that'll go to Olson. Olson on the drive, sees this one up, and he will get fouled. Jack Olson to the free throw line to shoot 2. Huskies able to see Austin Fensky, the 6-foot sophomore, into the contest. Cooper Coolmole back in, alongside with Isaac Anderson, a 6'2". Forward, Kyler Flack into the game as the free throw attempt is off the mark, and Garnett Anderson as well here for Wahpeton. Free throw attempt number 2 by the lefty as Olson. Second toss is in as Olson goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Wahpeton will bring it up here. What could be their final possession offensively tonight? Kumal near side to Kyler Flack. Flack with the dribble leaves it right inside to Anderson. Anderson looking for a teammate to Fensky. Fensky to Anderson here right of the key as they run that flex offense here for the Huskies. Left-handed side jumper from the left wing. This one's going to go off the mark. Rebound here to Johnson. Johnson gets the rebound. Ball goes up top to Quall. Quall will see it. 3-pointer on the way for Okumba. That'll go short. And the Huskies will get the ball back, and all they will need to do is bring the ball up the floor, and this game will go final here this evening for Region 1A Boys Hoops here in Lisbon. As Wahpeton able to find a way to have a nice combination play of scoring 52 combined points tonight. Braden Steffens and Jack Gilbertson in the backcourt. As the Husky faithful, round of applause. Picking up the road victory here tonight, 72-46 here over the Lisbon Broncos on the Bank North scoreboard. Wahpeton now 9-4 on the season, 4-3 in the region, while the Lisbon Broncos drop to 7-6 on the season, 1-5 in Region 1 play. Wahpeton up next on Monday, hosting Central Cass in Wahpeton, while the Lisbon Broncos up next here on Monday, hosting the Highlanders here of Valley City. We'll take a break. Post-game shows coming up next.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Stock Growers Bank is proud to celebrate 125 years of service, and they built a legacy of trust and commitment to the local communities. Loan Officer Wyatt Smith can help achieve your goals and grow your business with confidence. Here's Zach Maralt on his experience.
We tried a few different lenders before purchasing our building, and we eventually ended up going to see Wyatt, who I already personally knew anyways. He made the purchasing process easy. We pretty much had an answer that day, pushed all our accounts there, and it's a great experience.
Wahpeton Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
It's now time to get to our post-game show here on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller alongside with you as we take a look at the final numbers here tonight and also get to our player of the game and our play of the contest. The Wahpeton Huskies had 8 players in the scoring column. They made 6 threes, 21 rebounds, 4 turnovers. They went 10 of 21 from the free throw line. Well, for the Lisbon Broncos, 8 players in the scoring column. They went 12 of 16 from the stripe. 6 threes, 21 rebounds, and 21 turnovers here for Lisbon. Individually, Wahpeton led by the 30 of Braden Steffens. Steffens again with 30 points here tonight and was able to hit 3 threes in this contest and would go 5 of 7 from the free throw line. 22 for Jack Gilbertson. Gilbertson had 3 rebounds as well. He scored all of his points in quarters 2, 3, and 4. 8 points on the way for Trey King with 6 rebounds. He had 4 points by Aiden Bonchis and also 4 boards. 2 points for Cooper Kumo with 3 rebounds. 2 on the way for Garnett Anderson. You had Rylan Flack with 2 and Landon Ralph starting the game with 2 points here for the Wahpeton Huskies. Well, for the Lisbon Broncos, they were led by the 13 of Hayden Anger with 5 rebounds, 12 points for Owen Gilbert, 9 boards. You had 7 on the way for Cordero with 2 threes. 3 points here for Kobe Mouse, 3 points for Carter Keller. 5 points on the way for Sully Kelson with 3 rebounds. 2 points for Jordan Bittner, and then you had 1 point here for Jack Olson. Lisbon, 2 players in double digits. Anger with 13 and Owen Gilbert with 12 points here tonight. It's now time to get to our player of the game, brought to you in part by Enbridge. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy. That again is Enbridge.com. We're going to give it to Braden Steffens here this evening as he scored in every quarter. Again, scored 30 of the 72 here tonight for the Wahpeton Huskies, and between Steffens and Gilbertson, they outscored the Broncos between them 2 combined for 52. Again, our player of the game is brought to you in part by Enbridge. Go to Enbridge.com. Again, 30 points, couple rebounds, 5 of 7 shooting from the free throw line for the senior in Braden Steffens. From there to our Agassi Precision Egg play the contest, and it was the turnovers. Just 4 turnovers here tonight for Wahpeton. They took care of the ball, took advantage of it, able to get down the floor as well and take advantage of 21 turnovers here for the Broncos and go the other side and get some transition buckets. Our play of the contest is taking care of the ball and turning your opponent over. Brought to you in part by Agassi. Your local precision planting dealer will be in the field before you know it for the spring planting season. Visit planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com. That's DOC.com at Agassi Precision Egg to get ready for the upcoming spring planting season. Check them out in Hillsboro. So your final tonight, again, 72-46. Your out-of-town scoreboard. Central Cass Squirrels pick up a 88-56 win over the Oak Grove Grovers. So here's your up-to-date Region 1 standings after tonight. Central Cass starting to separate a little bit from the pack at 5-0 in the region. Kindred second at 4-1 with their lone loss to the Squirrels. Oak Grove now at 4-2. third. Wahpeton a half game behind the Grovers at 4-3, currently fourth. You have Northern Cass at 2-3, fifth, with Lisbon sixth at 1-5, and then Valley City stands at 0-6 right now here in region play. Again, that is your Region 1A standings after tonight's games here in Lisbon and alongside in Castleton as well with the Grovers. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll put a bow on our coverage next, and then we'll get you ready for some more high school sports coming up throughout the week with girls wrestling, boys wrestling, got a little bit of everything, and then we'll turn the calendar over into the month of February. The Wahpeton Huskies led by the 30 of Steffens with the win here tonight, 72-46 on the Bank North scoreboard.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
While medicine's greatest advancements look like the latest sci-fi, one of our most powerful tools is far more simple, more human. It's a calling to connect with purpose. That's how we're evolving healthcare, by treating people, not just patients, with innovations that amplify healing and lead to more personalized care, guided by the belief we all hold the power to heal.
What's going on today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassi Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve. So we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
When you choose Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance Gullis & Olson Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners, farm and ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let Lance, Shelby, and the staff at Gullis & Olson Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon for Farmers Union Insurance Gullis & Olson Agency.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
Join us from the Wahpeton Huskies perspective with a 30-point contest here for the senior again in Braden Steffens. And Braden, anytime you can go on the road and pick up a victory, it's obviously nice. What did you see from your team to improve that winning streak now to 4 straight games here for the Huskies?
I think our defense leading into transition was our biggest thing today. I don't know how many points we had off that, but defense leading to our offense scoring.
Yeah, we said that, and that was kind of our play of the game. You forced 21 Lisbon turnovers. You only had 4. How much is that, preached about in terms of taking care of the ball, but also getting after it defensively and trying to get some easy buckets?
Yeah, taking care of the ball, taking good shots, especially late in the game when we're up. That's what we got to do to maintain the lead and not blow it.
What's sweeter, getting a dunk or hitting a three-pointer here?
Probably hitting a dunk, gets the energy going.
Able to obviously have a couple of nice combination play as well. Jack Gilbertson, able to see him, stack it up with 22 points and scored a lot in the second half. When he can get going, what does that do for the club?
Yeah, just to have that. I don't want to call him second option because me and him can go back and forth leading scores, but it's just nice playing with him and knowing that we can both go get a bucket.
What has really worked well for you here again, 13th game of the season. You get a quality Central Cass team who beat Oak Grove by 30 tonight here in Castleton. They come into Wahpeton. So what's something that you really like about your team as you go forward with the busy month of February coming up here?
Yeah, we got some really big games coming up, really big region games, and I think that we're going to have to win to have a good spot in the playoffs come March.
Hey, congratulations on the win. Best of luck moving forward.
Thank you.
Again, the senior with 30 points, Braden Steffens, will continue with more after this here in Lisbon.
Hey, Lisbon, it's time to rally behind our favorite team. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are sending all our best wishes to the Broncos as they hit the court and field this season. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are proud to support our teams and community. Let's show our Broncos that we're with them every step of the way. Go Broncos! Your dedication and spirit makes us all proud. From all of us at the Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters, we're cheering for you.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good students from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful, innovative opportunities for students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District, from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbon.k12.nd.us.
Again, that does it tonight here for our broadcast in Lisbon. Huskies pick up the win 72-46. Thank you so much for tuning in and join us for our high school sports throughout the weekend. Again, East-West Classic coming up tomorrow morning in New Salem with Brent Dick. Myself and Brady Siebels will be in Castleton for the Belle of the Brawl Girls Invitational coming up for wrestling at 9:30 in the morning. Join us for more high school sports here in the month of February as well. Looking forward to February Frenzy, but first we got to put a cap in the month of January, and we'll do that tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in to our broadcast and join us for more high school sports here on your live event.